Well, hello everybody. Let's go tripping guy here. And suppose you notice, I'm just walking along here. Kind of like along a trail here, a paved trail. And you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, where's the Little Bighorn battlefield? What's up with that? But here's what happened, and it's not good. What happened was the morning that we were going to go to the Bighorn battlefield, when I started my Harley, it sounded really bad. Not just misfiring, it's inside, there were sounds inside the engine noise, and I shut it down, and I knew that it was going to be really, really bad. And we ended up getting the bike towed. Yeah, we ended up getting the bike towed into Billings, Montana, to the Harley Davidson dealership there to have them look at it. 'Cause, we were at Little Bighorn. That's only like 50 where we were. It was about like 50 miles away from there. So that we just had it towed to the closest dealership there was. And from there, we spent the second night camping at the KOA campground there. And of course that day we never had time to make it to the battlefield. The next morning my brother was going to be heading home anyways, and I was going to head towards the Black Hills, but without the bike that was not an option anymore. So because he was heading towards home anyways, I went with him, and so we drove all the way home. Okay, and then we were home. After I got home, of course, by then we heard back from the dealership. They contacted, and I called them back, and of course, it was not good, really bad. They said the best thing, if it was up to him, to get long block, and then whatever needs replacing in there, they would have to tear the engine totally apart, but they didn't go that far because they needed to find out what I wanted to do. But from what they could check, just how it was, it could be hitting, worst case, could be hitting $6,000, and and that's without the labor and tax. They had that, both of those on there yet, and it's even worse. And so, I don't have the money for that to do it. So my parents and I decided that we would go out to Billings, and we'd rent a U-Haul trailer. Yeah, my parents and I decided to go out to Billings and rent a U-Haul trailer to bring the bike home, and that's what we did. So, but anyways, we got the bike home, and right now I don't know what I'm going to do with the bike. I still have decisions to make on that. But during that time, I was supposed to be in the Black Hills. Then after the Black Hills, go to the Badlands, and then go home. That would be the end of trip 3. But with that space in between Little Bighorn didn't even happen from where we were at. That space in between Grand Teton and getting home, I was supposed to be, do the Little Bighorn and the Black Hills, and then go to the Badlands. And because both the Little Bighorn and Black Hills didn't happen, I considered ending the trip. I had the reservations for the Badlands all fully paid for. Paid in full. I could have gotten a refund, canceled, and, had only like a $10 cancellation fee. But since it was paid in full, I still had plenty of food left over from, the trip I was on. I decided to just take the car and go, you know. I mean, just pay gas money basically is all I had to do because everything was already paid for and I had the food and everything. So, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I decided that this video right here is the last video for trip 3. And trip 4, you know, the Badlands trip I'm about to do, I'm gonna have that just as a separate trip. You know, originally it was supposed to be end of trip 3, but I decided since I was home and then, you know, going again and have it part of the same trip, you know, being home and, you know, being home, I decided just start the next trip, trip 4, and have that as a separate trip, you know, Badlands. I think I'll probably call it trip 4 Badlands National Park, South Dakota. Something like that. That's probably what it's going to be. So, thanks for watching. Let's go tripping.